All right. Okay, so we need to, first of all, what's going on here? Oh, we're out of power. So we need to go do some chainsawing, which for some reason I don't have my chainsaw. Let's remedy that. Is it back here? Here we go. Yeah, I should be carrying a chainsaw at all times. That also means I need a tiny bit of biofuel. And we will go chop down some forest. All right. So if you're watching this after the fact, welcome. I'm Krydax. Nice to see you guys. I'm planning on doing some live streaming just because with Satisfactory especially, the video files get really huge and I'm more just playing Satisfactory kind of for myself. I've just been recording it kind of for fun. I feel like Factorio is more the video series that I actually want to produce and kind of do a little bit more intended for the viewers. But I figure, hey, it might be fun to have some people join in on Satisfactory as well, because it's such a similar game and genre. But my computer's just not super beefy, and neither is my internet. So the quality might not be very high, and for that I do apologize, because I can only upload at a certain rate. But you guys can let me know, I guess, later in the comments if you'd rather have me live stream and get to kind of hang out once in a while, or if you'd rather just have me record the videos, because that's more enjoyable to watch, the higher quality. But yeah, just let me know that in the comments, and we'll keep chopping down some trees here. Poke some hogs here. The Blade Runners help a lot with catching up to them. But they love to run in circles. Alright. Chop down some more trees. Oh, we have maxed out our inventory. Let's get rid of some screws here. And some iron ingots. I'm pretty much never going to need those. It feels wasteful until you remember resources are infinite in this game, so not really wasting anything. I feel like in this game, even more so than Factorio, buffers are completely pointless, and there's really almost never a reason to buffer anything. You just want a small buffer for items that you need to build buildings and, you know, consumables or things like that. But other than that, you really don't need any sort of buffer, because you can just, you know, your automation is set up to handle a certain amount of items per second, and you'll just use that and no more. So a buffer doesn't really help anything. All right, that should be good. And you know what I should do is set up a power line. We'll do this right now. Did I get rid of my lookout tower? I guess we'll build a new one. I want to set up a power line for the Zipline tool. So we'll have a power pole go from here to just kind of down there. connect it up, and that's my, now that's my elevator. So that should be fun. And actually just remembered we need to be doing some research. And I think I want to research Power Pole Mark II. I'm not 100% sure if we have all of the, what's it called? All of the ingredients to build. I can't remember what goes into them, so we might not actually have everything. Leaves and wood. And we gotta load some biofuel in to our power plants. Do stacks of 50. This is probably the most tedious part of the early game, is loading up the power plants. It's all the more reason to be happy when you unlock coal power. Okay, so it looks like we're using about 140 megawatts, so we're using a lot of our capacity here. And this guy, yeah, it does use 120 per minute, so 60 biofuel per minute is enough for 15. Is that right? 10, 5 more. Yeah, 15 biomass burners running at full time, so really the only difficulty is actually feeding them manually. But the amount of wood I just popped in here should last me for a while. About 500 wood gives me 5 biomass per wood, so about 2,500 biomass. That's a lot. That should make 1,200-ish, and then all the leaves will add some more. So we'll have plenty of solid biofuel. One thing I want to do is stop running around so much, kind of willy-nilly. I'd like to make a second floor for this and kind of make this area the main base, and then I'll move the hub over here somewhere. And then I want to kind of make a shopping mall, so to speak, where all of the resources are in containers that I can easily access. And so that project will take a little bit, but I think it will be completely worth it. So for now, we're just going to kind of focus on building out some foundations, preparing our base for that expansion. We'll leave this as our elevator. And I'm trying to think of how tall to make the second floor, because I don't want to have too much space. Probably just want to leave enough room to fit assemblers, because these are, I think, the tallest buildings that I'll be putting. Refineries are much taller, but I'm not going to be putting refineries on this level. So we want foundations, and you just can't quite jump high enough for these. So maybe 12 meters will do it. And if I build sideways, that leaves room for assemblers. I'm trying to think if there's any other buildings I need to be worried about, even in like the next tier. I mean, manufacturers are pretty big, but again, I can always put those on a different floor. So I think for now, the second floor can just be 12 meters up. And we'll build this out. Probably to about here. Two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8. We'll start with this. I would love a faster way to do this. I know there are some mods Haven't really experimented with Satisfactory modding yet, but this is a pretty painstaking process. All right, well, we got our MAM research. Let's go see what Power Pole Mark IIs have to offer. And we'll have a little elevator. So I'll do from here to the hub. And then I'll also do one from here to kind of that area over there. Gives me 2 ways to get down. All right, Power Poles Mark II. They require literally just double the resources of Mark I's and then quick wire instead of regular wire. So power poles are cheap anyway, so I'm just going to completely replace Power Pole Mark I's. And you can even upgrade previous power poles to become Power Pole Mark II. So 7 connections is obviously a huge difference, especially when you think about most power lines are connected to both a previous power line and a following power line. They really only have space for 2 buildings each. And now, with 7 connections, they have space for 5 buildings each. So that is more than double the number of buildings that you can kind of power per power pole. That's a complicated sentence. But we also want to research... Let's get rid of all this stuff. I want to research 2 more hard drives. Get some more recipes out of that. And we'll zipline up. Keep building our foundations. Although I think I'm low on concrete. Need to grab some more first. I wonder if falling onto a zipline is a good way to prevent fall damage. That's another thing I should check out. So let's try that. Let's see if we can jump from a high height, but then at the last second kind of grab on a zipline. Yeah. So that's another really handy way to kind of counteract fall damage, is just falling onto a power line. All right, so we'll keep building these foundations. You know, I wonder if it's faster to build from kind of a far range. I guess I haven't really tried it this way. Maybe this is faster. It's hard to stay flat, though. Hold left control. Does that really help anything? No. Oh, right. You can switch foundations this way as well. That's nice. But I feel like it's still maybe just fastest to run the whole way. All right, and one more. Okay, and this layer is high enough up that I don't have to worry about going over the miners. And we'll do a few more in this direction. And one more. We probably should have ways to get up and down. I really want to unlock a few of the different buildings, like the stairs and the ramps, things like that. But what I'll do is I will make some pillars right here, at least in the corners, to have some semblance of physical realism. And we'll put one down here. Although I think once we get the awesome shop, we actually unlock pillars that look more like pillars, but this will be fine for now. And we'll put one on the end here. And one on this end. I'm not big on aesthetics, but you know, I'll at least do something like that. We can just imagine that these are incredibly strong foundations, therefore do not need many pillars. That should do it. Okay. Keep filling in. Is this faster? I don't know. I don't really know what the best way to build foundations is. But we are going to need some ramps here. Okay. That'll help. These are not steep enough. We need the 4-meter ramps right here, I think. And once we revamp kind of all these buildings and stuff, we'll be able to replace a lot. Okay, so we've got plenty of room for smelting iron there. I think we will try to smelt copper over here. And we'll start the setup for 4 smelters with mergers and splitters. So we'll put splitters first. I have a hotkey for that. Still getting used to playing both Factorio and Satisfactory. I think it gets a bit confusing. We'll keep a whole square here for kind of just belt logistics. And then we'll throw the smelter as close as I can. This way. So that'll be right there. Although what's weird is I feel like you can build splitters closer than that. So, yeah, you can build them like overlapping. So sometimes I prefer that, because you can still connect it and disconstruct the conveyor if you need to, and you save a little bit of space that way. So we'll actually do that. And so we'll build 4 smelters worth, which will be enough for 120 per minute. Let's see. What am I doing? Power lines. Now our beautiful powerful Mark IIs will be able to assist. We can connect all 4 to the same power line and still connect that to other power lines and still have leftovers. We'll upgrade these. And then we'll grab the splitter. Split to the left here. And then I'll go ahead and use Mark 1s for everything going into the smelters. Obviously, no need for Mark 2 there. But then we will be having a Mark 2 come in. So we'll connect all these with Mark 2s. And we'll go ahead and throw a conveyor pole right here, 1 square up, and connect. So this is where our copper will come in, and this splitter is lined up wrong, I think. There we go. Is that going the right way? Yeah, okay. So then our copper will come in from there. And we're probably going to need a little bit more copper, actually. Because down here, we've only got 2 impure nodes, which combines, at least until I get miners Mark II, that's only 60 per minute. Which means I don't even need to be using 2 separate belts. Those would fit on a regular belt. So yeah, we'll just have a conveyor pole maybe right here that will connect. Now I will want to overclock, so I'll be using a Mark II belt still, because I actually have some power shards already. Oh, perfect. That goes right over the power poles. I like that. And we actually might as well do some overclocking. Oh, we have 19 seconds left for the MAM. So we'll make power shards with our power slugs. And I feel like those copper miners are a good place to start the overclocking. Although I think I need to research overclocking separately. Okay, what do we get? Fused quick wire, Caterium wire, and copper alloy ingot. I don't really want any of these. Caterium wire is a nice way to use Caterium in the early game, but Caterium is very valuable later, so you don't really want that. Copper alloy ingot is nice, but I won't need it for a while. And fused quick wire, same story. It's nice because you can turn copper into Caterium, essentially, but and these two together are actually nice because you end up kind of turning iron into Caterium with just a little bit of copper, and so definitely more efficiency overall for the factory, but it takes more power, it takes more complexity and space. So I think I'll go with copper alloy ingot first. That's the one I'm the most likely to need. And we will move towards researching what next. I don't need to color anything. I don't have those ingredients. Oh yeah, overclocking. We'll do that. So that way I can actually overclock my buildings. And we're running out of biofuels, so let's grab as much as we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can put 100 in all of them. That should last me a while. $100 and $100. You know, I'm just gonna fill these 2 up because these burn slower anyway, so it's really not much of a point. All right, so ooh, I'm stuck. Back to the copper, which is over here. We need to merge these onto the same belt, which I can probably do down on the ground. Right there, and then I'll have the conveyor lift coming from that. So I'll use Mark 1 belts because even if I double the output, it'll still fit in a Mark 1. And we'll connect those two up, and then we'll switch this. I don't think you can switch it while you're building it, can you? No. Like switch it to a conveyor lift. And we'll go up. Here. Deconstruct all the old ones. And then this is where we want to connect Mark II. And I guess I actually do want that to be a conveyor lift Mark II, which means I've used all my reinforced plates for the day, essentially. I keep trying to use the wrong hotkey to switch my thing. The only thing I don't like about this is the amount of screen space it takes up. I wish there's a button you could push that's like hide the thing I'm holding, because I mean it takes up a decent chunk of the screen. So I don't love that, but I digress. So we've got 120. What all do I need to craft? Also, I need to grab some more reinforced plates while I'm here. If I can remember. Oh yeah, I put them all the way back over here. Okay, we've got a few stacks. That's nice. So I'll need some constructors. So with this copper, we want to figure out copper sheets, which I'm not going to need a ton of yet, but I do want to start stocking up. Copper sheets, 10 per minute. I think I'll just do one of those. So that handles 20 of my copper, and I'll be having 120. Wire, I am going to want to use iron wire. So really all I need right now is cable. Cable is the only thing I need actual wire for, and I can make that out of iron. So really right now, the only thing I need copper for is copper sheets. And I think I will just connect up one of these. And we'll have a power pole on this corner for all of the constructors. Should probably move it over one square. I try not to clip power lines when I can. Again, I don't focus super hard on that, but you know, it's an easy thing to do. Yeah, we actually don't need a ton of copper. And I didn't fix these ratios last time like I said I would, so those iron wire stitched reinforced plates are still kind of weird. But this should... Is this working? Is this not hooked up? What is going on? There we go. I don't know how that was hooked up, but it wasn't working. So now we should be good. Okay, so we'll start making copper sheets. Now I want to think about where do I put the hub and where do I put my mall. So I think I'm going to extend out just aesthetically. Sometimes I like ramps to kind of separate sections of my base. So I'm going to do a down ramp. And then I'm going to go flat again, which I guess I got to build underneath here. And let's put a way to get up there. It's nice that you can build power poles from underneath. These power pole Mark IIs are taller, so that actually makes it a little bit harder to get up I guess we can do something like this. Give myself a 2-meter boost. Okay, so then we want our Foundation Mark IIs. There we go. And I think I'm going to put the hub down here. And I'll put ramps on all sides down to the terrain. And this way my hub is a little bit closer to the outside world. So we'll put the hub here. And then I think I will line up a bunch of... I'll have all of my storage along this row here. So we'll go a couple more squares. Because the mall will end up being pretty big. So I'll kind of have street type things. So I'll kind of... Like, I'll have storage containers all facing towards me on this way and all facing towards me on this way. So I can kind of just run down the middle and grab everything I need as I go. But first, let's get our overclocking figured out. Okay, so I guess that's done. And we could do the rebar gun, which would be nice. I just need rotors for that. We could also work towards AI limiters, which can get me smart splitters, which I haven't really played since smart splitters have become a thing, but I'm pretty sure they allow me to have priority splitting, which is kind of a big deal. I was always very frustrated with how you couldn't do priority splitting, which means like I want all of my iron to go left unless I have extra iron. So, oh, hello, Outrider crew. Welcome to the stream. I'm just hanging out, playing some Satisfactory. I believe the video quality might not be very high because my internet is not very fast, so you'll have to let me know if that's kind of interminable, not very good for you. But yeah, so if we get some copper sheets, then I should be able to... Yes, you are the only watcher for now. So welcome. And don't feel bad if you want to leave. I'm just having fun by myself, if need be. So what I'm trying to do right now is get some copper sheets so I can unlock AI limiters. And then I'm also going to go overclock my copper miners. So we'll drop down here and throw in 2 power shards to go to 200%. And that will get me, it'll use a lot more power, but that will get me the 60 parts per minute that I need. So that should be 200 or 120 copper per second. I'm streaming via OBS, and I think the delay, you'll have to let me know how long the delay is. It might be kind of long. But do you think Streamlabs would work better? I've never tried Streamlabs, but at this point, I don't really have the ability to change how fast my internet is in my apartment, so I'm kind of limited to about 6,000 kilobits per second is about my internet's limit, which is pretty slow. So okay, so we are craft bench, or no, research. Caterium AI limiter. Start research. Okay, and then I need 10 AI limiters, which I'm not sure what goes in them. Just copper sheets and quick wire. Okay. So that's nice. So I'm going to build another constructor for copper sheets, actually. Since I'm not really using my copper for anything else. That uses 20. So we'll just hook this one up to this constructor. Throw those in a storage container with the merger in between. And that should take care of all my copper sheet needs for a while. And I may actually end up automating AI limiters. In the past, AI limiters were used for, or they were just a lot more expensive. So. All right, so what's next? I just need enough copper sheets for researching smart splitters, because I would actually like to use smart splitters, but we'll have to wait another minute for that. So I guess next is continuing my hub movement. So we're going to have the hub here. I think you need 2 foundations. We'll deconstruct this guy. 2 foundations for storage containers. So this is where we will have our shopping mall. Guess I need these to be closer. Yeah, we'll go right up next to this. We'll have 2, and then we'll have a space of 2 so that I can walk in between them when I need to. And since this is my shopping mall, I'm actually realizing that I would be wise to set these down a couple meters. And so what we'll actually do is we'll set them, you know, down a little bit so the ones that are stacked on top are going to be easier to reach. So then I'll put the storage containers right here, since I'm not going to be outputting anything. Hey, Blue Energy. Good to see you. I just want to say thanks for being such a dedicated commenter on all of my videos. Okay, so this is how I'm going to do the mall. I think this will provide an easy way to access, you know, all kinds of items. And I might... So what I've seen some people do is construct... I don't know how they actually do it. I think they set... Maybe it only works if you're... Yeah, I don't know if you can build a merger on the end. But people build a belt that's only like half a foot long. And then that way the item that is in the building kind of sits in front of the container so you can see what's in it easily. I don't really know how to do that in this context. Maybe I can do this. See if this works. No, that does not work. Maybe if I go 1 square out. Yeah. So that way the item will come out the front and sit there so I can easily see what's in that building. Problem is going to be I can't do that for these ones. Maybe if I... This is maybe too much work. More work than it's worth, but I can build one like that and then dismantle it no, then I can't build the thing. So feeding the lower storage containers, I'm just lowered on the back end, so I can get the belts in easily. Oop. What's interesting is that belt gets in the way of rebuilding. So yeah, it looks like the delay is actually pretty big. So sorry about that, guys. I'll be responding to whatever you say, probably 30 seconds to a minute after you hear it, but that's because I wanted to set the YouTube kind of live upload to a higher quality. I think it makes it a higher quality, but I think the main issue on quality is actually my internet more so than anything else, so I don't know. I might as well just turn it down to low next time I stream, probably, but alright, what am I actually doing? Do I want to hook up the belts? Do I want to grab smart splitters? I think I'll start with smart splitters. So we'll grab our copper sheets, then we will go handcraft some AI limiters. I think I needed 10 for the research. Okay, and then we will research smart splitter. And then there's power switches, which I think allow you to turn on and off power to sections of the base. That can be handy. I don't really know if I'll ever need that, but... Okay, so let's start organizing this nonsense. I think I'm just gonna leave all this stuff behind, this kind of mess of a base, and we will be using this from here on out. So first we'll fix the ratios for my reinforced plating, and then after I do that, I will set up the constructors for all the other basics, and then we'll hook those up to the storage containers, and then I'll move the hub. So for these assemblers, these ratios are going to be a little bit of a mess, but the nice thing is we can do underclocking now, which actually saves power and allows you to get perfect ratios a lot easier. So we need, what is 18.75 times 2? Well, why don't I just underclock these, actually, to just do 5 per minute? And that'll probably help the ratios a little bit. Well, I guess a little bit. Quality is good, FPS 2, but it takes a while until it gets to us, like 1 minute. Okay, well, it's good to hear the quality's decent. When I was watching it kind of in post, it didn't seem as good as when I did recording, but I'm glad to hear it's at least doable. But yeah, the delay is, you know, okay, I guess. But I'm happy to try the lower delay setting if you guys want to. I can just restart the stream if you guys want to see how that goes. Okay, so I need 16 and 2/3. So for 2 of these, that is 32, 33 and 1/3. That's a very unfortunate ratio. And then for wire, I need 66 and 2/3. So for wire, 3 of these buildings would be 66, 67.5. So 3 wire constructors is actually perfect. So we'll start with just having 3 wire constructors. I actually don't need this one. Although I don't know why I destroyed the constructor. I just need it to build something else. Okay, so we've got 3 wire constructors. And then for plates, I said I needed... what? I needed 32 and then 4/3. So that's 33 and 1/3. Each plate building makes 20. So I only need 2 buildings making plates. So we'll just merge those there. So essentially I just had one extra constructor when I was doing the old reinforced plate recipe, but then I switched it to the, I keep doing the wrong hotkeys. I switched it to the recipe that makes the stitched iron plates, which are much more efficient. So I use a lot less iron to make reinforced plates, which is very handy. Oh yeah, I want to do a 90-degree belt here, I think. So 1, 2, and then down. And we'll make this a 90-degree belt too if I'm trying so hard to make it nice. 1, 2, connect that, and I don't feel like I need supports when the belts are short. Feels unnecessary. Oh, but this needs to be Mark II because I have more than 60 wires per minute. Okay, so that should do it for the 10 reinforced plates per minute, I think. Yeah, 16.667 per minute. So now I just need to make sure the ingots are good. I'm kind of working backwards here. So the amount of ingots I need for all of this is going to be interesting, because wire is a weird ratio. Okay, the MAM's done. That's good. So for wire, we need 5 to 9. So if I need... So what even is that ratio? One divided by 12.5. What does that get me? No, that's not what I wanted. Clock speed, I want it to be 100 divided by 12.5. So that'll tell me that one iron ingot makes 1.8. Essentially, so, and I need 66.66. I'm just going to pull up my computer's calculator real quick. So I need 66.666 divided by 1.8. So that's 37.03 iron ingots, which is slightly more than one smelter. So I think what we'll do is we will merge these two. And then we'll have splitters going this way. And that way we can have all of our excess carrying on. Now these could actually be smart splitters. That is something I should probably do. Since we finally unlocked them, I'll go grab smart splitters. Oh, I think it's programmable splitters I'm thinking of. Dang. Okay, so let's see what smart splitters can actually do. I'm not sure how smart they are. It might be the programmable splitters that I'm thinking of that are actually what I want. So smart splitter requires 2 rotors and AI limiters, so I'll have to handcraft a few of those real quick. Okay, 6 limiters and some rotors, which need screws. Which I want to say I have in a chest somewhere. Where did I put those? Is this screws? No. Maybe I got rid of it because I'm not using screws anymore for the recipe. I might have gotten rid of my screws. That's too bad. Yeah, I don't see them anywhere. That's everything else. Okay, well, we will need a bunch of screws for rotors, that's for sure. that'll be on the list somewhere to automate. But for now, we'll just make enough for 2 rotors. Okay, smart splitter. We can none, any undefined overflow. Okay, so this can do what I want, I think. So like right here, we want this to be a smart splitter. Going input on this side. And then what I want for this is left to be any, center to be overflow. And then what that should do, if I am not mistaken, is even if we have a belt going forwards, it will put all of the ingots left first. Which I'm not really sure if that's working. Yeah, so you can see there are no ingots coming out this end because it's sending all of them into this constructor first. So that's actually really handy to have that ability. So this means we'll, without having to worry about, you know, is 50% of this line enough? We know that we'll always be getting these 2 wire constructors full time. And these 2 wire constructors, oh, there's 3 wire constructors. Right, okay, well, we don't want the smart splitter here yet then. I'm being a dingus. But the idea stays the same. We will always want to make sure we're using the full amount for wire, and then anything that's left over will continue on. So this is the smart splitter, which I guess I can hit 6 and then change. Okay, connect up, connect up, connect up, connect up, and then this will be our excess. Or I might even have it go back to a merger that's over here. Yeah, because we'll merge these 2 right here. And then this one will just send its extra. Dang it, it's too close. That can be 1 square closer. Hopefully that's enough. Merger right there. There we go. So then we'll send all the excess ingots that aren't being turned into wire. Left is any, center's none, right is overflow. There we go. And then all these ingots should be more than plenty for the iron plates. 30 per minute, 30 per minute. Okay, let's see. Okay, sorry, I was pulling up my calculator. Assembler here, we needed 32. I really wish there was some sort of calculator tool in game. So we've got 32, 33 and a third iron plates, which is going to require 50% more than that, which I think in this case means exactly 50 iron ingots. And 50 iron ingots comes from just 2 of these. And how many iron ingots did I say I needed for these? You know what I might do? This would be smart. I'll just do the math inside the underclocking. So if I only need 66.6 wire, then I can do 22.5 Sorry, my brain's struggling. So we need 66.6. So these each need to make 22.22222, which is just about what they're making. But I can do 22.5 divided by 22.222. That did not work. 100 divided by 22.5 times 22.22222. Is that what I want? That didn't work either. I feel like that should work. Something's off. Right, I can just do target production rate. I forgot about that. So then each of these will make exactly what we need. And that changes the input needed. Will it show me the difference? Yeah, 12.344. So 37 is what we need for all these. So just barely one extra, and then this one, the iron plates, we said we only need 50. So we actually can make do without this smelter at all. So we'll take him out of the equation real quick. And then this can go to the plates. And again, I can underclock these. Our target production rate is 16.66. We'll just do 6.7. Round up a little bit. 16.67. Oh, no power. All right. So that should be working. You can see it saves us a megawatt of power to underclock these. So that's nice. And now once that all gets running, these should both be at 100%. Once the plates start rolling in. Okay, and then we will start the rest of our iron stuff. So we'll need some more smelters for just having iron plates, iron rods, and screws. So maybe start that here. And we'll start with 3 smelters. Now these are only making items for my own convenience to pick up. I don't think I have to craft anything else with them. We'll eventually make a whole setup for rotors, but that's not going to be right now. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to think about. Now that should work. And so we'll have extra iron for all this, and we'll need 3 constructors. I think 3 should be enough. One, two, three. 20 plates per minute, 15 rods per minute, and 50 screws per minute. I feel like that might not be enough rods, so I might do 4 constructors, which is getting a little tight given this copper stuff here is going to be in the way, but I can move that down a space later. I'm not doing anything with the copper right now anyway. Oh yeah, and then I'm also planning on making iron wire and cable. So we might need to space things out a little bit here. So we'll do 2 constructors there. I'm going to leave enough space for a conveyor belt between them. I think 2 squares is enough. Let's find out. So if I have conveyor pole, yes, that is just enough space. Whoa, there's some glitches with the visual on that. Okay, so then we'll have 2 here. This one, these will both be for rods, and then we'll have 1 more for plates. And then we'll have the rest come through. We'll leave space for belts and stuff. And then we'll have 2 more, or 3 more, I think I'll need. Rods, plates, screws, and then we'll need wire and cable coming from that wire. What are the speeds on this? 22.5 per minute. And cable. I guess that's a downside to iron wire, is the slower crafting speed. So then I might need 2 making wire. We'll do that over here. And 1 of those will be making cable. So I think that'll all work. So that's screws. This is plates. These 2 are rods. Oh, we already have plates. So I just have 1 too many. Because these both are going to be iron wire. And then this will be cable. And we're going to have a yeah, we'll just have this iron wire go straight to cables, and this iron wire will go. We'll have a merger on here. Does that work? No, it does not. So then we'll have a merger here so that we can use. The reason I'm doing this is because we need 60 wire per minute to fill up this cable constructor. So we'll have a splitter because we don't need as much wire. And so we'll only use half, essentially, of this wire to go towards logistics. And I will use stackable conveyor poles for all of this. And we'll have the stack and here. Translate to here, 2, 3, 4. So then I think I want, these are rods, is that right? Yep. So rods we'll put on a merger. And then output is here. We will need a splitter. And then another splitter for the iron ingots going into these two buildings. Splitter over here. Connect up all this. And then we'll need a splitter for our iron ingots. Connect that up. Screws will need their own belts. Which I think I want to go vertical for that. Make that a Mark II belt. We will merge all three of these into one, which will be 90 per second. Merger going. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just have all three merge into one direction. Mark II connecting these guys. That is not what I wanted to do. Ah, the splitter is pointing the wrong way. That's the problem. So we need the input to be this direction. And then we need splitters down the line. One there. And one there. Line this up nicely. Okay. Iron rods. Those are plates. This is plates and screws. So I guess we don't need this one. We'll just leave that blank for now. This is cable. Okay, everything seems hooked up except for the outputs. So screws can be level 1, or those are plates. I think those are plates, yeah. So plates are level 1. Iron rods are here. These will be level 2. Although this doesn't need to be Mark II. So plates, rods, screws will be level 3, which are here. Yep. And then, will I need a level 4? Because I think I'm going to do the copper stuff on the other section. So I'm going to do the copper stuff over here. And this will be for copper wire. be level 1. Copper cable will be level 2. I'll probably just have reinforced plates be level 4 over there. So then we'll connect these guys. Okay, and then copy this stackable conveyor pull on the center line right here. Just want to be consistent if I can. And then this goes bottom right, bottom left, top right, top left. Should probably make ramps here. Okay, so now I just need to hook up iron ore to all of this. So let's think. All of these 4 together make 120, which is more than I need for the reinforced plates. I think I decided I only needed, what was it? 50. Oh, we're out of power. Of course we're out of power. I think I only needed what on earth? 12.3 to 36, so like 8. I need about 90. So we've got 30 extra. But first we have to go figure out our power struggle here. Take everything, sort it. One hundred, 100s, all the 100s. Okay, so we can, oh, we have more iron from all this, right, which I can deconstruct. Because this stuff is obsolete now. All the iron plates, which we have excess of now. So what we'll do is we will just merge these. So I'll put a merger here. And that will go up towards these smelters, which will have a splitter right in front of them. I'm pretty sure that 60 per minute. Wait, what? Oh, that's the output of the merger. I'm pretty sure 60 per minute total is going to be enough, considering these are all just to make stuff that I grab. This is not for automation of parts. It's just for the building mall. So we do need to connect everything up to power. So let's go ahead and do that. Where are the power plugs? Okay, they're on the left side here. So we'll put power pole right here. Connect up these 3 smelters. And then we'll need to connect up all these constructors. And connect up this power line. That's ugly. maybe, yeah, I can just connect it across there. Then we'll need a power pole for all of these, which I'll put right, where can I put it? Right here. I like to put it close to something so it doesn't get in the way of walking as much. But we'll connect all those, and then there's the nearest power pole that you can see. I think I'll actually connect to this area. Hook that over. So we'll see if all my belting worked correctly. It seems like we've got rods being produced. We've got iron plates being produced. I think we've got screws being produced. Yeah, it just takes a while for this recipe. We've got wire being produced. And this should be producing cable. Perfect. Okay, so our little mall is finally ready to go. And then I'm going to... Oh, I thought you could do this in this game. Can you not limit storage? Oh man, I thought they fixed this. That's frustrating. So really, I don't want this whole thing to fill up. I only want it to put, you know, I don't know, 5 stacks. 5 stacks of iron plates will always be adequate for what I need as a player. So what you can do, this is really, really annoying, but you can just fill all the slots you don't want with something else. Unless I'm missing something, like there's a hotkey that I don't know about, but yeah, we'll have 5 spots open for iron plates here. Screws, same thing, we'll do 5 spots. Let's see. Oh man, I did not mean to do that. Do not control click. That's frustrating. Okay. Let's try again. I was just trying to take some back, but it's just not a good look. I don't like that look. This one is rods, so we'll put, I guess, wire. At some point I might come through and use the same part for all of these so they're kind of consistent. And that will be reinforced plates once I bring them over. And this is wire, so we'll use iron ingots to fill up the slots. And cable. Which 5 stacks is 1,000. I think that should be plenty, but maybe we'll do 6 stacks. Okay. So this should be a nice mall where I can come grab things. We'll leave a little bit more room for wire as well. We'll go for 6 stacks of everything. Okay. So now I feel a little bit more confident in all of that. And we can bring over reinforced plates now to hook up to the top layer here. Which I'll have coming from this direction. 3, 4. Oh, that's as high as it goes. Hi, Daniel. How's it going? Welcome. Apparently, I'm on a pretty large delay, so just know that I'll be seeing your messages probably a minute or two, closer to a minute, I think, after you send them. But just having some fun playing Satisfactory on this Saturday afternoon. Right now, I'm working on organizing my base just a little bit, trying to get to some semblance of I don't know, just something that looks a little bit more like a base. So I'm moving my hub and all of the production over to a central location. Oh, shoot. No. This is why we have a zipline. Okay, so I don't need this storage container anymore. Don't need this one. I think what I'll do, because I'd like to move all those plates into the storage that I already have. So I'll unload everything I've got first, and then I'll move the hub. So get rid of all my plates, get rid of all my rods, get rid of all my screws, get rid of all my reinforced plates. Guess I should keep one stack. And I think the reinforced plates are fully hooked up. It's just going to take a while for them to get here. Yeah, okay, so they're coming in to this chest. So I think it's time to deconstruct the hub and bring it over. I do want to make sure I grab everything out of this chest, though. I don't know what happens if you deconstruct the hub. Well, that chest still has stuff in it. Ah, yes, power. I need more biomass burners, don't I? This power pole's in the way. We'll move that. Power up the miners. And then we'll extend this area to have 2 more burners. And since these power poles are upgraded, now we can connect 2 more. Wait, is this the same? Yeah. And then I'm not even going to worry about the hub power. Since they're only 20 megawatts each anyway, it's really only 40 total, which is like 1 biomass burner, plus a little bit. Okay, so then the hub needs to go here. Now, which way do I want it to face? I feel like the entrance is on that side. I'd rather have it that way. Yeah. We'll say that's good. It's kind of annoying how it's offset. I could build it down 1 meter, sunk into the floor, I guess. Because I think these 1 meter ramps are still like a little too tall. Maybe not. If I lined it up with those, that could be good. So we'll build it just like this. That's a little funky, but because it doesn't work on both ends, but it at least works on this end to be a bit smoother. All these exclamation points, that's a bit weird that they show up again once you rebuild, but anyway, let's get rid of all of the stuff we took out of storage. Don't need that. Okay, so now what I want to do is bring over the other chest load of stuff. And we'll move the equipment workshop and the MAM. And I'll take everything I can from these boxes. Those got left when I deconstructed everything. And I think I'll put personal storage. Yeah, I don't want these ramps. They're just kind of ugly. We'll put some personal storage boxes kind of behind the building here. I think it was all the types of things that I can craft, but not yet. Plus an extra chainsaw. We can get rid of all our bonus items here. We've got a lot of rods. Okay, so I also don't need the cable maker, the wire maker, these smelters, all this stuff is obsolete. And it looks like we filled up our inventory again. So we'll get rid of as many wires as we can, fill this guy up. Get rid of cables. This is kind of fun to watch, all the different parts flowing in. Just got a little bit of everything. What's interesting about this is it's all being made from iron, because I have the iron wire recipe. We're not even using any cables. Or I mean copper. Which brings me to something I do need to do, which is this one right here. I want it to be the copper, what is this called? Copper sheets? Yeah, sheets. So we want that one to be the third layer. Which is a bit spaghetti-ish. Guess I can have it, you know what I'll do? I'll just have it go up one square. And then over to here. And then we'll go underneath everything. And then connect up to there. Okay, so then we'll have copper sheets up there. So we'll need to fill, we'll just use copper ingots. Fill up all the empty spaces. We'll leave a few more open. Okay. We can trash all the stuff we don't want. But I think that does it in terms of kind of a shopping mall idea. And this stuff will all back up eventually. I think I probably could be using more iron for all this stuff. Because right now we've only got, I think, 60. Yeah, that's only running at 75% there. 64%, 63%. So, yeah, we could use a little bit more iron. But I think, honestly, I'm not building enough stuff to use more than that. So over time, it'll all stock up. And that'll be fine. So yeah, this is nice, because now, apart from biofuel, I don't ever need to go to this area of the base anymore. So I can kind of be done with this, all this area, which is cool. Grab some extra food here. Okay, so that feels pretty good. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I guess I left a box here and here. Is there anything else I need to do to kind of finish this process out? Oh, concrete. That's what I've forgotten. I'll probably just move those constructors over to that end, because otherwise I'm just being very inefficient, because I'm belting it all the way over here and then all the way back. But yeah, we will need concrete over there. I'll have to put that in one of the logistics. But I think I'll do that. I think I'll do that next time. I'm gonna have to go get some food and call it a stream, I think. But I appreciate you guys for being here, and anyone that's watching post stream. Let me know how the quality is, and if that works for you guys. I'd rather streaming is a lot easier, because then I don't have to encode the videos and upload them, which both steps take quite a lot of time. So it's a lot easier to just live stream, but I think my internet's maybe not strong enough for it. So let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next